Hi guys, super excited to be here. I'm Andy Christian. I'm the Vice President of Nikola Defense. What we're going to talk today about is Nikola's mission. So what Nikola wants to do is transform and disrupt the transportation industry in the United States, change everything you know about Class 8 trucking. You see the picture on the right, that is the Nikola 1 semi-truck. We also have the Nikola 2. We have 8,000 pre-orders for this electric and hydrogen-powered semi-truck. So what we're doing is we're exporting that same technology and we're putting it into military platforms now. So the vehicle on the right is our first vehicle. It's called the Nikola Reckless. It is a 100% electric drive UTV. When you look at what Nikola does, we take that same technology and we vertically integrate with our company as well. So what you see the semi-truck doing, we've got regenerative braking. So when that vehicle goes downhill, it recaptures that energy density as you're braking, recaptures it in the battery, recharges the battery. We also have 4 independent electric motors that provide the horsepower to this vehicle. This is the most advanced vehicle that was ever designed in the world in the UTV space. It creates 590 horsepower on this vehicle, 590 horsepower, 720 foot-pounds of torque. But what's really amazing is our partners that we have. So this vehicle has been engineered with the work of Bosch engineers out of Germany, Pratt & Miller Engineering, which builds the Corvette series race cars, Meritor, which does a lot of the suspensions for the military, and also Fox Shocks. It's the same suspension system that you would see on the Ford Raptor vehicle. But what's most interesting is its performance and its capabilities. So we talked about the 590 horsepower and that 720 foot-pounds of torque, but what's also amazing is this vehicle's ability to export its energy density, which means we can take that massive 125 kilowatt hour battery pack. To put that into perspective, the current Tesla Model S that's on the street, that's a 100 kilowatt hour battery pack, so it's even larger than that. So if a soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine does not need that much energy because his mission might only be 50, 60, 100 miles, he can export that power and he can power things. So he can power a operations center, combat operations center. He can power drones. He can power his whole C4I suite that's within the vehicle. It's the only vehicle that can do this right now. We're currently under contract by Softworks to do a technology demonstration for the SOCOM Commander, where we're going to integrate a bunch of different technologies. So there's a drone company out of San Diego called Plank Aero. They have a proprietary software that allows them to land drones on moving vehicles. There's also a company called AimLock, which has the ability to shoot down drones while they're on the move. So we're going to integrate those 3 technologies on our Reckless platform and show the SOCOM Commander a new technology that he's interested in. It also has a minimal acoustic signature. It's the equivalent of a whisper in a library because there is no noise coming off of this vehicle. So if you're a soft operator and you need to penetrate a target unheard, that's what this vehicle can do for you. It also has thermal reduction. There is no engine on this vehicle. There is no transmission. 4 independent electric motors, so there is not a very big thermal signature on the vehicle, which is attractive to the soft operator as well. It's modular. You can bolt just about any system on it. Outside in the Soffic outdoor space, you'll see the vehicle parked there. It's powering up an operations center, our trailer, with flat screen TVs, projectors that simulates, pulling up to any mud hut in Iraq or Afghanistan and being able to power up the whole village. Additionally, there are no belts, so those of you that are UTV enthusiasts that maybe have a competitor's product, the one problem you have with the current UTV, it's belt driven, right? So no belts on this vehicle, all electric motors. So even if one motor was to fail, you still have 3 more motors that'll kick in and still provide you 6 times the horsepower that the current competitor has on the market. It's IP67 waterproof and compliant, doesn't need a snorkel. It can breathe underwater because there is no engine. Instant torque to the wheels, and we already talked about the belts. It also is one of the safest vehicles out there, very attractive to the soft operator because all the weight is on the bottom where the battery is. So that produces a low center of gravity, which means the vehicle is not inclined to tip or roll over when you're on a high degree of pitch. We've had this vehicle at 35% slope. We tested it with the Marines just last week in the Mojave Desert, and they're pretty excited about it. It replaces 4 different systems. So this vehicle is capable of replacing the prime mover, it's capable of replacing autonomous systems. The vehicle itself is autonomous capable. We'll talk about that in a second. It can actually act as a power supply, and then obviously it's a stealthy vehicle for reconnaissance missions. We're often asked, how do you charge this vehicle? So it is capable of DC fast charge. What that means is we can recharge the vehicle in about 2.5 hours with our DC fast charging system. The picture that you see right next to us, that's the EV Arc solar charging station, which means you can plug Reckless into the solar arc. It captures the energy density of the sun. It actually moves as the sun moves, the solar panel does, and then it'll store it in a lithium-ion battery bank. We just bring Reckless up and we transfer battery to battery. That's another method for doing it, completely off the grid, no fuel solution. Additionally, you can charge off of any military-grade generator. It depends how big your generator is, the duration of how long it'll take to charge Reckless. Okay, it has follow me capability. It also has a remote control capability for the vehicle. This vehicle is built to the automotive standard, not the UTV standard. So any type of autonomous capability that the military wants, Nikola is more than able to provide that. It also can be updated over the air, just like a car. So you can do an over-the-air update. It has a tunable profile, which means if I have a brand new soldier, sailor, airman, and Marine, he's a brand new driver, I don't want to unleash 590 horsepower on the first day. I can limit him electronically to driving 20, 25 miles an hour, okay? But if I have a very experienced driver, he can have the full capabilities of the vehicle. In closing here, milestones for the company, where we're going. So this vehicle's now in testing with SOCOM and the Marine Corps. We're moving out and kind of our last bit of prototype testing before we go into full production. The vehicle has a commercial variant that'll be available in 2019 for the commercial. It's called the NZT. And then just a quick history about the name of the vehicle. It's called Reckless for a reason. Staff Sergeant Reckless was a horse in the Korean War, fought with the fighting 5th Marines. It did logistical resupply. It was combat wounded twice. It was a workhorse. So we think we built a workhorse at Nikola, and that's why we're here.